Hello, this is Michaela, or Studious Octopus, and I'm here doing my catch-up for the September 2016 UK GlossyBox. This was the limited edition Red Magazine edition, where it was curated by the beauty director at Red Magazine, Annabelle Megason. I think is still as much as I can make that name out. It's in one of those like faux handwriting fonts. I actually find those quite hard to read. I don't know if that's just me, or if it's because I was never taught cursive in school or something. Who knows? Anyway, that's not important. I've had a good go of pretty much all of the products in the box, so I'll have a quick summary of each of them and I'll just go through from the top again. So first off was the Hydro Face Mask, Vitamasks, which was inspired by Korean technology sheet mask, but it was one of those ones where they're quite gooey. And someone online actually described the texture as a lot like squid, which is pretty much spot on. It's now quite a bit dried out. This is the bottom part of the face mask here, and the Starskin face mask that we've had before, the texture of that was a lot more like fake human skin, or maybe like pig skin, which isn't the nicest thing to think of, but this was definitely sort of a thicker, sort of bouncier, squid-like texture. And yes, it came in two parts. So this was the bottom part to wrap around your lower face, and then it had an upper part to wrap around your upper face, and they kind of lay over each other and sort of linked in to give you a full face mask to cover all of your face. And like it said on the packaging, it didn't slip off after it I got it positioned right and got it into place. It did actually stay where it was through sort of sitting up and lying back down again and stuff like that. And it was a very nice hydrating gel type mask. I wouldn't say it's as nice as the Starskin one, and yes, the Starskin one is a bit more money, but this face mask is already £8. It's already a bit pricey, and if I was going to pay for a mask that pricey, I'd probably add the £2 extra and get the £10 Starskin face mask, because I do think they were just much nicer face masks. Not that these were bad, it's just I didn't get the impression as much that it was worth the £8. The only other thing I would say other than that is I actually thought the mask material was a bit fragile. I had this one rip as I was sort of trying to put it on and position it onto my face. I don't know if that's sort of the ultra moisturising gooiness of it makes it a bit soft as it's packed with all of this stuff. But yeah, the Starskin one felt a bit more hard wearing, I don't know, just that you could put it on your face and it would stay in there in one piece, whereas I'm not exactly rough with anything, but I had a tear on this one as I was trying to put it on. So still really nice, still lovely to try, but I'd probably opt for the £10 Starskin mask over this one or any other sort of face masks that are more affordable, because I don't really buy super expensive face masks anyway. So that was the Starskin face mask. That was £8 of the box value. Next up we had the Rodial Eye Pencil. I'm still not particularly sure if this is a plastic container one or if this is a one that you have to sharpen or twist up at the bottom. I don't know, but I do actually really like it. It's a really good, really dense black, and it does have that sort of gel consistency rather than a sort of harsh, dry pencil consistency, so it goes on really comfortably and really smoothly, and then you can super blend it out. I'm wearing it today just here on either side of my eyes. So once you first put it on, it has this super soft, super easy to blend out feel, and then it doesn't sort of set, but it does get a bit less movable. And the only downside, I would say again, because it has this sort of super soft texture rather than a hard pencil-y one, I don't think it wears sort of super long over the course of the day. Obviously this will depend on the oiliness of your skin and the type of eyelids you have. Mine are actually a little oily, so the fact that things come off on my eyelids isn't super surprising, but it doesn't say it's a waterproof eyeliner or anything like that, but it is nice. I did actually really like it. It was super comfortable to wear and super easy to use. So that was the Rodial pencil, which is £17, which is more than I would probably pay for a black eye pencil, but it is a really nice eye pencil. So there we go. Next up was this lip balm, the Organic Pharmacy lip balm. Let's put it up there and get it to focus on it. I have much more mixed feelings. about this. For one, if I open it up, it's another one of those products where it was, once you've actually had a few minutes to get a good look at it, it feels like it's basically empty inside. And I don't know why they do that. It's like, I would much rather have the packaging be like the right size for the amount of product you're getting inside, because it just feels like it's a third full, if that. The other thing is, it had this initial sort of texture that was kind of like a gel, sort of a thick gel. You could squeeze it and it would come out in a gel clearish formula, and then you'd melt it onto your lips. But what I found after having it open, been using it for a few days, not just leaving it open, it's become quite watery and sort of melted, sort of like oil melting, and it's not exactly warm. It's now October, and it has been September. It hasn't been super warm. It's not super warm in my house. I don't have the heating on or anything, but it just feels like it's melted to liquid inside of here. And it's not super nice to try and get it out once it's gone liquidy. So it's like really not super happy and super impressed with this. Sort of didn't feel like it was doing enough to warrant however much it was. How much was this lip balm? £12. We got a tiny amount, and it sort of melted at that price. It's the thing that I still have now that I put on my lips when they're quite dry is the Golden Lanolip stuff. And I'm pretty sure that was only £20, and you got loads of it. So this was actually just kind of super unimpressive in the end. Sort of meh. Wouldn't recommend, wouldn't get again. Really hasn't shown off this brand at all. But there we go, that was the £12 lip balm. So next up is the Revlon Colorstay Diamond Envy top coat. And what I'm going to say right off the bat, I didn't try it. I don't on a monthly, let alone a weekly or a daily basis, put on nail polish. I'm not into nail polish. It's just not something I'm super interested in. So I just haven't had the chance to bother having a top coat on top of a nail polish. I'm sure I'll try it at some point, and I will probably go, that's certainly a top coat, because I don't particularly know anything about nail polish or what makes a good nail polish. It's certainly a reasonable price, £8 for what is actually quite a big size. I am aware of that, because the Revlons are pretty big containers, but haven't tried it. I'm sure it's a top coat. There we go. That was £8. So the next up is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I'm just going to show that there. Got it back off for my face. And actually, out of all of the items of the whole box, I think I am the most impressed with this. I really like this mascara. It does have that sort of formula where the aim is to sort of thicken and lengthen your lashes, but what I tend to find with a lot of those, because I have relatively fine lashes, is that they're too thick or too clumpy or too wet or just not quite right. And this is pretty much perfect. It's not too clumpy and it's not too wet, and it looks really nice even with just a single coat, and I quite like the mascara one. So I'm actually super happy with this mascara, like genuinely the favorite item of the whole box. Really happy that I got to try this. I am also wearing it today. I'll do a little zoom in and see if I can show it off a little. I don't know how well it's going to show up. Super pretty. There we go. And I don't particularly wear sort of lashings and lashings of mascara. I'm more of a single coat that looks sort of quite nice. clearly mascara, so definitely not a natural look, but not loads and loads and loads. But you could definitely build this, and I suspect that you also wouldn't look terrible if you built it up a bit. So that was the deluxe sample we got, which was worth £11.04, so just a bit of a pricier mascara. It's full size, it's 20 quid. Which, you know, there's probably more expensive mascaras you could buy, but it's probably up there. But actually really liked it. So definitely a best item in the box, I think, for sure. I can see why it's got such a cult following. I really liked it, really glad I got it. So that was the mascara. And then the last item we had, which wasn't particularly on the card, but was an item we got in the box. I got the Body Shop Superfood for Your Face, the Himalayan charcoal variety of face mask. So this was a thick clay type face mask, and it had sort of chunks of seaweed and stuff in it which sat around your face. And actually it was a pretty nice face mask for a clay face mask. I tend to find a lot of the time for my skin they can be too much and my whole face will just go bright red and it's just not the right sort of mask. I tend to prefer sort of gel masks and moisturizing masks and sheet masks and things like that. But this actually genuinely wasn't that bad. It was a bit tingly going on, but I think it even says it would be a bit tingly going on, and then my skin did actually feel quite nice. The only thing I would say about it, which I think is more of a personal preference thing, I don't actually hugely like face masks that have like chunks in them. I find they're uncomfortable to put on and uncomfortable to take off. And I'm not sure the effects of having chunky seaweed are really that much better than having ground up seaweed in your face mask to really be like, it's got chunks of stuff in it, it's slightly awkward. But again, I think that is just sort of a personal preference thing. So overall, actually, I do think I liked the box. I really liked the two face masks, and it's always nice to just have two new face masks to try over the course of a month. Really loved the mascara. I'm sure I'll keep and use the gel top coat. So the only thing that was really meh, not super impressive, is the lip balm, which is one of the smaller and less expensive items of the box anyway. And it's like, it's just a lip balm, it's not a big deal, but really not impressed. So that was that. So we still have the same sneak peek for next month's box. It is going to be another limited edition box, and it's curated by, they had the name online, it's curated by someone again, like this one was, and we're getting a sort of a dual use pan stick type product, which is for cheeks and for lips, which looks like it'll be actually super cute. But other than that, I don't think I'm aware of anything else they've said we're getting in the box, but I'm looking forward to getting it, and I will see you again next time. Hello, this is Michaela of Studious Octopus, and I'm here doing the September 2016.
Hello, this is Peter.
And this is Michaela.
And this is Calling.